talking some Kyrie this morning.
Well, I'm really talking about this show and our failures. Yesterday, we talked a lot about fans throwing things and bad fan behavior, and we didn't discuss this disgusting act of violence from Kyrie Irving towards Lucky. You see that there, wait for it. That's his bad eye, by the way, that Kyrie stomps on. It's already closed, swelled shut. You know who didn't miss it? Glenn Big Baby Davis. Glenn Big Baby Davis, like any good friend, he's been friends with Lucky for the better part of 20 years, told Kyrie, you don't just step on Lucky, you're stepping on all of us, and that could get you hurt in real life. Hurt in real life. Kevin Durant responds laughing and crying emojis. I don't know what's so funny. Kevin Garnett jumps in. Kevin Garnett says, hey, folks, are we not going to talk about Kyrie stomping Lucky? We're just going to act like we didn't see it. And so I want to show you guys Lucky before this gruesome act of violence, if you're not familiar with him. And I want to, on behalf of the show, apologize to Lucky and his family that we allowed this gruesome display to go undiscussed yesterday. And hold on. Keta, what's that, Keta? Oh, Lucky's a cartoon mascot, not a human being, and everyone's lost their damn minds? Okay, then Kyrie, do your thing. Big Baby, shut up. Garnett, you should know better. The hell is going on here? He's a painting. He's not a person. He's a painting. An ugly painting at that. Go to hell, Lucky. How about that? Come after me, Big Baby.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
No, wait, Juju can't stomp on...
Ridiculous.
Is this no difference than Juju stomping on logos? I love it, though. Hey, guys, Rob Refsnyder, Twins outfielder. Not the best day ever yesterday. 0 for 4 at the plate, and the equivalent of stubbing your toe when you go to your friend's house. You know their house, you just haven't memorized the floor plan, you know, the distance between furniture. So Rob Refsnyder was at the Orioles house yesterday. You can go ahead and roll the tape now, Keta. And he's going back for a fly ball in the outfield. And he's going back, and he's going back, and he's going... Oh, no. Didn't see you there. You guys just put that wall up? Bro. Hey, buddy. You got to know the outfield is going to run out of outfield at some point. It is spatial awareness, peripheral vision. You're in the bottom of the fifth. You've been playing for hours out there already. See the wall, be the wall. I got a wall behind me. Look, it's somewhere right here. It's same thing. I know exactly where the... What's that? Oh, wait, he scored the go-ahead run in the 10th, and they ended up winning? Never mind. You do you. Don't care about the wall. Sorry about that. It might hurt a little bit. You guys won the game. End of story. It's not going to feel good.
Goodness.
Padres at Wrigley. Chris Bryant with a deep drive. Fan tries to catch it with his glove. Wait a second, what's that? I guess this is what we have to do this year. We're all just checking our earpieces. Wait a minute, what's that? It wasn't a glove.
They were
was
really
a beer.
talking to me.
Okay. And that concludes the trifecta of today's But First, also called, what is it? What's that? And scene.
You guys are silly, man.
Good.
Oh, my goodness.
And no one tried to be, including Wild. It's time for drawing a blank. We're in Chicago, where it sounds like we might see Justin Fields sooner rather than later. Latest report, get this, guys, says the Bears won't sit the rookie just for fun or posterity in favor of QB1 Andy Dalton. Remember, they called him that. So, Brandon, the Bears holding an open competition between Fields and Dalton is blank.
Yeah, why is this even a conversation? Why are people talking about this? This is big business. We saw revenue the last couple years get to $16 billion. The National Football League is big. business. You don't have time to wait anymore. You have to come in and perform right away, especially if you are the man for the job. The best man wins. So if he goes out there and he competes in OTAs, if he competes at a high level in camp and he goes out there and put together a nice preseason and he wins the job, why would we sit? I know Jay Cutler, my buddy, was on one of the radio shows in Chicago. Maybe it was Wild and Sylvie, whatever those guys, and he was talking about, he needs to sit a little bit because the adjustment out there is a little different because of the wind, because of the elements. Look, there is something to it. I remember one game, Alshon Jeffrey came to me and said, Brandon, on those deep balls, you got to be able to track where the wind's hitting. And I was like, I'm not Robbie Gould. I'm not a kicker. So there's a little bit to that. But if he is out there and he's playing at a high level, you play the guy. So this is big business. You can't wait. He has to come in and perform right now.
Okay, if we're giving random shout-outs to Chicago radio shows, Parkins and Spiegel, obviously the best in Chicago. Afternoons on The Score. Everyone should check it out. Danny Parkins, Great American. All right, Spiegel, very good as well. But the answer here is a total lie. Wilds, I'm not spending any time on this. Andy Dalton is not going to start the quarterback for the Bears. The hell, what are we doing? This is a lie. An open competition. Okay, sure, it's an open competition that the results have been fixed. Fields is going to start week 1. Ryan Pace drafted him smartly and extended his own shelf life as the GM by doing so. There's no competition. Andy Dalton, last I checked, is still Andy Dalton. So he's not going to start week 1 for anybody anymore. It's a total lie, Wilds.
Okay, I said great expectations from yesterday's jersey sales data that we saw. Justin Fields has jerseys selling number 3, number 4, and number 5. But I'm not going to start him week 1. Why? Because he's at Rams. Why don't you let Andy Dalton take that one? Why don't you just sort of take a look around, see how Aaron Donald's doing from the sidelines, and then start week 2 at home against the Bengals. That's just me, Brandon. I would like to have Andy Dalton face Aaron Donald, not me.
All right, good to know. In case you're out there, Wilds, let's head up to New England, where the heir apparent to Bill Belichick's throne is the topic du jour. Could Matt Patricia be the guy? They stand the same, they both wear hats, and they like shorts. Mike Florio thinks so. He wrote this: don't underestimate Patricia's chances. He has long been regarded as brilliant within the Patriots organization. Despite his inability to transplant the Patriot way to a Midwestern organization that has largely lost its way for the past 6 decades, the 46-year-old Patricia ultimately could be the ideal choice to continue things the way they started when Belichick arrived in 2000. Although, in my opinion, Belichick's not going anywhere for a while. But Brandon, Patricia taking over for Belichick would be blank.
The wrong guy. Maybe it's still a little fresh. When he was a defensive coordinator, guys loved him. I actually enjoyed talking to him before the games and after the games. But as a head coach, wasn't well liked, wasn't well received, wasn't the guy. I remember going there for probably my last trial. This is when I knew it was over. I flew into Detroit, and I remember just laying in the bed before my work. I was like 1, 2 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my career is over. I'm about to go play for Matt Patricia. Because all I heard leading up to it was, Brandon, don't come. Brandon, don't come. And then the next day, Nick, I promise you, the next day, the same day, because it was like 1, 2 in the morning, I wake up and I go into the locker room and I see all the guys and they're like, what are you doing here, Brandon? I said, well, I got a trial. You know, the Seattle Seahawks just cut me, so I'm trying to hold on just a little bit longer. And they looked at me, and this is a true story. We're talking about the superstars of the team. They were still close. They were still in the playoffs hunt. They were still there. And they said, Brandon, don't come. Don't come. So for that reason, he's the wrong guy. Then you also have Josh McDaniels still sitting there in the wing. Josh McDaniels is a phenomenal coach. Now, he learned his lesson in Denver. Maybe Matt Patricia will over the next couple years, but you have Josh McDaniels. I think he is the right guy, and Matt Patricia is the wrong guy.
Brandon is throwing back the truth serum this morning.
By the way, well done, Brandon. That was great. I'm going to echo that without any of the experience. It's utter insanity. The last game Matt Patricia coordinated for the Patriots, he let Nick Foles hang 41 on him in the Super Bowl. The very next year, with him gone, they held the Rams to 3 points in the Super Bowl. He won 13 games total in 3 years as the Lions head coach. And not only evidently did players not like him, players were actively, as an act of service to other players across the league, trying to prevent people from coming there. They're not handing the keys to the car from Belichick to Patricia Wilds. It's insane. It's not happening.
Okay, a few things here. My goodness, Matt Patricia, what